I'm hearing the person in front of me is either in the midst of burning themselves out and or coming out of a burnout energy. You've been working too hard and not balancing fun. Spirit says they understand deeply why you have been overworking. They understand what you were programmed with to believe the only way to be deserving of good is to continue and continue and continue to work hard. And yes, with law of attraction, you are promised a return from that energy. That is not where your worth stems from. That is an upgrade. That is a cherry on top of the cake. Your existence, your ability to breathe is your deserving right of fruition and happiness. And if you do not see that and believe that, there's no way Spirit can bring that to you, no matter how much hard work you do. You know, it's just as important as hard work is truly restoring. It's like when you work out your muscles. They don't actually build from the time of working them out. It's from the rest. When you're going through something, you're so in the motion of it, you don't really know necessarily. You know what's going on, but you don't see the bigger, complete picture of how much it's teaching you until you go, until it happens and you're in a state of reflection of what just transpired. That's when you gain the true lessons. Spirit says you've been going on autopilot. And there is a new structure that is being called for you to build. I mean, with this new moon in Virgo, I do believe, is going on. That is, I mean, Virgos, that's a really hard word for me to say, honestly, is about that structure and that building that foundation and adding stability. It's not that you're doing things wrong. Just in today's world, things change all the time. There is no set right way to do something. And it's never going to be you find the right way of doing something. It stays that way forever. When it comes to these creative aspects and parts of your life and work, things Spirit wants you to remind yourself of as things are always updating. And to sometimes even stay up with the software. What do computers do, and etc.? They have to refresh, they have to update, and it takes shutting down the system to do that. Your work and play is to be balanced. And for the ones here who have realized this and really have been, you're like, oh, this is confirmation of what I've been doing. I've made a new schedule for myself. I've decided my year, it's more than a year plan and stuff. Every single day is what I focus on, and I can have my bigger goals. But in that day, I must make time for fun and to embrace myself. What is Spirit guiding the ones who have realized this and are continuing? Let's see. They're saying right now that you are facing that in shadow. You are facing 9 shadows. You have, in the recent 4 months, had at least 9 deep spiritual completions, is what I'm hearing, on certain lessons, subjects, etc. that you had to master. And mastering something does not mean you hit one point and it stays. You hit a level and you continue and continue and continue. 9 things in the past 4 months you have overcame and aced and received that degree in spiritual school, if you will. And they're all about facing limitations, self-put and imprinted from what you were taught in childhood. Spirit saying also with that main event final match, deep anticipation, what you have been waiting for. If you have been waiting to go on some form of event, place, giving yourself a present, etc., and something I just feel really called to state to some people, this is such a very random message, but I'm telling you, this is so random, but it's the deep confirmation for somebody. If you've been on the edge about pre-ordering like Black Ops 6 for yourself, etc., and you're like, I have so many other things that I could put that money towards. If you are facing your shadow, if you are working hard, if you are doing everything you can to have your bills paid for and etc., Spirit is telling you that this is something you have like literally are been waiting for. This is not a part for everybody. This is very specific, okay? But if this is something you've been waiting for so long and you literally feel your inner child screaming, like, get it for yourself. Like, there is nothing that is going of law of attraction. If you have all of everything of 3D world responsibilities at this moment taken care of, Spirit is saying this is a very good thing for you. And the biggest reason I feel called is this is like literally the first time I've ever worn this shirt, and this is like the ray gun from it. So just a deep confirmation for somebody. And another way you can take that, if you're like, I don't fucking play video games, that has nothing to do with me, but cool for that person. Whatever that main event thing you've been called to get yourself, if it's your nails done, if it's hair extensions, etc., do it. It is part of facing the shadow. It is part of getting out of that burnout energy. And then with the float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, balance within one's masculine and feminine energy. You got to get an activity that embraces your own masculine nature and an activity that embraces your own feminine nature. Remember, no matter your gender, we all have both within us. Masculine is the willpower, go-getter attitude, self-composure, etc. And the feminine is your nurture, your compassion, your sympathy, etc. You have to get two that help you balance. One that's connecting to your emotions and embracing that creative aspect of you, and the other that is really more physical and is training mindfulness. It's training willpower and velocity is what I hear as well. Adding organized structure. Sit down, get your planner, get your pen, your piece of paper, etc., and make a list of how you will do things, what your days are both all going to be designated for, because that is going to help you with that overwhelmingness away. Spirit's saying you have for a long time expected yourself to be almost a Superman or Superwoman, etc., of what you are to do every single day. And you are correct, you can do all of this, but your time can be analyzed and used in a more orderly fashion is what I'm hearing. Designate your cleaning day for your house. Designate your workout days. Designate your mindful days. Designate the time of the days that are only meant for relaxation. You spend your nights allowing yourself to play video games after a certain time. 8:30. I got everything situated these certain days. It may not be every night, but this day of the week, this day of the week, whatever. This is designated time, and I will not allow myself to work on anything on this specific hours, etc. No matter what part you are in the process, if you're in the burnout right now or coming out of it, this is great. But I hear evidence in the 3D world of how that inner work is transforming your outer existence and your ability to function more correctly and have more energy and not feel so wound up or like you're just bouncing off of the walls, if you will. So what does Spirit give you out of this reading? Three more cards. press conference, formal meeting, making an announcement, group conversations paired with the pressure fighter, overwhelmed, dominant, constant aggression. In the first round, starting the journey, already in motion, all eyes on you. The next 3 months, you got 3 big events. All right. One's going to take your masculine energy to go ahead and allow yourself to see you're meant to be in the spotlight. After a big accomplishment, you're going to be asked how, and these collective texts will resonate. So this can mean in your family, this can mean in your job, this can mean a relationship, etc. But you're going to be wearing the belt, which shows me the victory, the completion. If you have an event coming up, a new job opportunity, you get it. It is a yes. And the biggest thing for Spirit is stating you to focus on is not getting there, it's already receiving it. Because when we live in the existence as is, not as we desire or want to be, that's how law of attraction works. When you already are in the mindset of being there. In the next 3 months, something of a completion with that is going to hit, and they want you to be focused on the next moves, not getting there. It's already living in the state. 2 other things which are going to take your feminine energy, deeply your feminine energy these next 4 months to embrace. It's not even get through. It's not even be schooled. It's to see what your shadow work has brought. Is there's a new relationship and or someone coming back into your life of romantic sense that you're ready to embark on those next steps with. And that pressure fighter, overwhelmed, dominant, constant aggression, this is going to that new scheduled thing. The new responsibilities you're going to have are going to be shifting time to make more room for your responsibilities. And you're still play time. Okay, so in the next 4 months, when it comes to career, it's giving yourself more nurture and focusing on if you have clients, if you have co-workers, if you have people of patience, etc., really owning a deep amount of nurture with them. Still holding your masculine strength, but remembering there is nobody for you to have a deep defense up to. If there is, your body feels you rejecting them. If you don't feel your body rejecting people, give them that nurture, even if they're having an off day and etc. You have no idea how much miles it's going to help them, but also establish safety with you. Again, not letting people override you, not letting people walk over you. Giving understandings, and then that strength being the structure, if you will, of that beautiful cake, or as a representation, that cake, that project, etc. you are building with them. You are meant to be a leader. One more card. The brawler, the ruthless behaviors, heavy-hitting words, straightforward attempts, and bluntness. Just as powerful as your embrace is when it comes to your safety and comfort, remember, just as powerful as that is, so is when you're blunt. So is when you're not feeling like that, when you're not having a good day. Don't feel pressure to always be the shining light. Like, the shining light still has moments of turning off to be restored. So Spirit doesn't want you to put yourself in the dark when you feel this energy. Okay, it's about knowing when these positions come and you feel that anger or that aggression side of you coming out, even if it doesn't come out in like a loud or violent, just like an inner way of feeling about things. Remember how powerful your words are to others and yourself. Do not become the own villain of your story. You expect, it's so easy for you to not be harsh with others. You got to remember that for yourself. It's the constant exchange. You understand that feeling and how to always be a leader. But to keep that going and have that patience with others, have it with yourself. You got to. So you're working on those 3 big key factors these next 4 months. Let everything grow from there. That's what I got for you today. Now, we're going to talk about these dope cards. These are my own official first Oracle deck. The Boxer's Oracle. They are meant to help people be in tune with their masculine and feminine nature. Even though this card deck is absolutely based on a masculine approach, it is completely still embedded with feminine energy. To be truly in touch with that aspect of yourself, you must be in touch with the feminine side. The strongest person in the room is the feminine natured masculine. They're going to think before they speak. They are going to care about the bigger picture and not take things at face value. The most dangerous person in the room is the unhealed masculine, completely detached from their feminine energy. That is the one that will do before thinking. That is the one that will make the rash decisions. That is the one that will yell, that will project, that will manipulate to verify and try to comfort self. That was just a little notation I felt really called to add. So that's what this card deck is very much based off of. If you are interested in purchasing one of these Oracle decks, they're going to be available at the end of October. I have a notification list you can sign up for in case I also do decide to do a pre-sale towards the end of September. This notification list nonetheless will let you know once the cards are live to purchase. Okay, so to go ahead and enter yourself into that notification list, you're going to go to my website and you're going to click on the light blue button. That's going to take you to where you're going to type in your name and your email. There's going to be a little section where I ask you one question. Are you wanting a velvet pouch or an actual box container for the Oracle cards? If we decide to do a box, it's going to increase the price of the cards. To get added to that notification list, go to my website, which is linked in all of my social media platforms. That's offprintmint.com. When you go ahead and you click on that, on the first page, you're going to see 3 buttons where you can either book a reading with me, go to the BALI link, and underneath that, there's a bright blue button that says the Oracle sign up link. Click that. The next page it's going to take you to is where you're going to put your name and your email. And then underneath that, there's going to be a little section where I'm asking for a question to be answered from you, which is, would you rather a velvet pouch holder or an actual box container holder for the Oracle cards? If we choose box, it's going to increase the price of the Oracle cards. At this time, I'm still brainstorming and setting what the price of the Oracle cards will be. So, again, that little notation. Pouch is going to keep it one standard price. Box is going to increase it a bit. Okay? Now, there may be a pre-sale for these cards. If I decide to do a pre-sale, it's going to be towards the end of September. So also stay notified for that. Everybody that signs up for the announcement link will be notified before 24 hours before everybody else for the pre-sale. That is what I got for y'all today. And I'll see you when I see you. Let's get it.